Ask the Messengers, the program that deals with substance abuse, real people telling real stories. Hosted by Pastor Lester Lewis, co-host Charlize Wilkerson and Leroy Carey. Produced by David Humphreys. Where there is addiction, there is a chance for recovery. We're trying to help save lives on Ask the Messengers.
Our series on marijuana continues as we discuss the pros and cons of marijuana, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Our guests today include Kathleen Roza, owner of CD Alchemist, a CBD manufacturer, plus Alicia Clark-Teper, CBD distributor and consultant, who will talk about the good that CBD does, while our co-host Leroy Carey sees the bad side of CBD. Christian hip-hop artist Darnell Williams, a former drug dealer, our street reporter Lashon Battle, and staff producer Ashley Greasick will bring the facts on K2, the synthetic marijuana. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly sides of marijuana on today's show. And now, here he is, the host of our show, Lester Lewis.
Welcome to Ask the Messengers. I am Lester Lewis, your host, and today's show, we've got a marvelous show on board for you today. We're going to be talking about, once again, marijuana, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to be dealing with the CBD oil. So the first thing we would like to know, Kathleen, what is CBD oil?
CBD oil is a compound found in the hemp plant, and it is known to do a variety of things within us. One most very popular thing is create homeostasis within our bodies.
All right. So what does it treat, though? That's an important question. What does it treat?
Throughout the various studies that have been done, it's been known to treat anxiety, fibromyalgia, inflammation, nausea. There's so many of them. It's such a long list. I always forget.
That's all right. That's all right. So Alicia, let me ask you this: if it comes from the same plant that gets people high, then how can it be trusted to heal ailments and not get people high while they're getting treated?
Well, the plant is from the hemp plant, not from the cannabis plant that is the CBD oil comes from. There is a sister product in the cannabis plant, but using the hemp product, it does not have the psychoactive properties like the cannabis plant does.
See, but let me share something.
Yes.
Your body does not know the difference between hemp plant and cannabis. And if you use that oil, even in the proper form, you just told me that it's a sister plant. My sister has my genes. And if she looked at me, you would tell we were sisters. And if you use that product, you're going to be able to tell that that's got cannabis in it. And for a recovering addict, I got 30 years clean. That would not be very feasible for me to tell a recovering addict to go use that product.
Well, the difference between the cannabis plant and the hemp plant is that cannabis has an exuberant amount of THC in it. That's what gets you high. CBD is non-psychoactive and does not produce a high whatsoever. So that's the difference between telling a recovering addict to go use some marijuana to go get high versus using CBD to potentially help with the side effects that recovering addicts do have, such as sleeplessness, nausea during their withdrawal period, things of that nature. And because of its non-addictive properties, because CBD has been shown to be non-addictive in several studies, that's why I would feel very comfortable telling a recovering addict that it would be safe to use or could be safe to use.
Okay, so Kathleen, according to an article that was written in WebMD, currently CBD oil is not being regulated. It's being produced without being regulated. So how can we know that there will be no negative impact?
Well, I mean, it takes responsible people in the market to obviously make sure that that happens. Without regulations, people can do what they want. Hopefully responsible people are coming to the market and say the CBD that we use is on a list of companies that are certified in this. So I make sure that I source my ingredients responsibly, and I think that is our responsibility to do that, to make sure that we're setting an example in the market itself.
So what about side effects? Are there side effects?
There are some that have been known, some of them slight drowsiness, slight headaches, very few from what people can find, and even the WHO says that the product is very well tolerated by individuals.
And you have some of your products with you today. And
I do.
You got some oils here, you got some balms here, and
yes.
You got some lip balms and everything. So Leroy has another question that he'd like to ask right now.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If you said you hope it gets to responsible people.
Yes.
You would consider an active addict or addict that just got into recovery responsible?
Oh, I hope people who are bringing the product to the market are being responsible.
But they're not using it. The people that's bringing the product.
I use it every day.
I'm talking about the recovering. Are you a recovering addict?
I am not.
Okay. Well, you have no idea what I'm talking about there.
Well, I mean, recovery addicts have choices to make every single day. I can't tell them whether to go out and buy some Tylenol or ibuprofen. They have choices to make every day. For this particular product, because it is non-addictive and there are very few side effects, it's a very safe product, a lot of people would say, for addicts to use.
So now, also with that, since you're saying that it's not addictive, is it also true that CBD oil is also being used on children? And Alicia, if you could speak to that.
Oh, there have been studies that have shown that it helps with epilepsy, and the fact that it goes into the receptors that are out of whack, that create the seizures for epilepsy, and to bring that in and create homeostasis, as Kathy had said before.
Now, Alicia, also years ago we were told that opioids were non-addictive and it was not problematic, and now we can see that that was not true. How can we be for sure that that is not the same with what we're talking about with the CBD oil?
Well, studies have been shown to say that it is non-addictive and that it is not something that is going to harm you in the long run, because it is a natural supplement, along the lines of using products that you use, like vitamin E, or I take magnesium as a supplement. CBD should be used as a supplement because it helps your body on an everyday basis.
Okay. Kathleen, do you have to have a prescription for medical marijuana or a medical marijuana card to purchase any of the products that you have here?
No, you don't. You can get these on several different areas. In fact, several of your health food stores already carry it. For me, you can order it right online, thecdalchemist.com, but you do not need a prescription of any sorts.
Okay, so now what all do they do? What do they?
Well, I have several. I have a couple different products. The bath bombs really just assist in, getting a little bit. It's a 10 milligram bath bomb. The massage oils are 200 milligrams. So you're not, we're talking microdosing here at this point in time. And then salves that you can rub on your skin. We do have sublingual drops that you can use for for a higher dosage, should you choose to use that, and then also lip balms that we offer.
Okay, so now you said they can order online, but here's a great question. Can CBD oil be purchased in states where they have not legalized marijuana?
Well, according to the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp is in a different category at this point in time, and since that's what my product is made out of, technically it is legal. Now, each state has the right to choose whether they allow it in their states legally or not. So that would be up to the state to decide.
All right. Listen, we want to thank Kathleen and Alicia and Leroy for being with us on this segment. Still to come, we're going to talk more with Leroy, and also we're going to have an ex-drug dealer who has turned into a Christian hip-hop artist as well. We've got some more things coming. Don't go anywhere. Ask the Messengers. We'll be right back.
Coming up, Darnell Williams, a Christian hip-hop artist and former drug dealer, our street reporter Lashon Battle, and staff producer Ashley Gracie will chime in on K2, the synthetic marijuana, on Ask the Messengers.
Changing an addict's life and providing support to the addict's family is the goal of the Live Right Structured Recovery Corp. Dialectical behavior therapy on Wednesdays, spiritual recovery and yoga classes on Thursdays, physical and nutritional education class on Fridays. Live Right also accepts donations of cars, trucks, boats, and campers in any condition. Again, for more information and a complete list of their events, go to their website at liverightstructuredcorp.com or call 586-217-5899. Life short, live right.
Do you need a banner, brochure, or business cards? What about posters or funeral programs? No matter what your design and printing needs are, R&L Color Graphics can help. R&L Color Graphics has been serving the metropolitan area for more than 25 years and has also been honored to be the official printing partner for the Aretha Franklin Family Foundation. So if you're looking for an official Aretha Franklin funeral program, tribute item, or custom design job, give us a call at 313-345-3838 or visit us on the web at rnlcolor.com.
After receiving a delinquent property tax bill for the 2 lots connected to my home, I was concerned. I didn't even know that I had a past due bill. I went down to the Wayne County Treasurer's office, and the staff worked with me to keep my property out of foreclosure.
My property taxes became delinquent after I fell behind on my bills. Treasurer Sabri and his staff came to the town hall in my city and provided information about resources available to help me. At the meeting, I found out about payment plan options.
Let us help you. Our goal is 0 owner-occupied properties getting foreclosed and going to the auction. Come down to our office at 400 Monroe in downtown Detroit on the 5th floor. Call 313-224-5990 during our normal business hours from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and until 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. Or email textinfo@waynecounty.com for assistance. Take the first step. Contact our office today.
It worked for us.
Welcome back to Ask the Messengers. We are talking about marijuana, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And right now, with me, I have my co-host, Leroy Carey, also our street reporter, Lashon Battle, and have with us Darnell, who was a former drug dealer. That's right. You got a former drug dealer who has changed his ways, and he's going to tell us about his story shortly. But first, Leroy, can you just tell us what's the ugliness of marijuana?
Well, the ugliness is that it usually leads to something way beyond just marijuana. Marijuana it's a substance that will change your mind and your mood. If you notice, young people today are just more addictive to marijuana than we were when we were kids.
That's because they're not smoking marijuana.
Yeah.
So what is it that's within it that is different?
It's not coming from the earth. It's coming out their living room. They growing it in the basement. It's not coming from the ground no more. You don't know what they putting in this stuff.
A lot of people
they got different names.
A lot of people just tampering with it. They adding their own chemicals. They doing a lot of stuff. So I think it could be really bad especially for our youth and whoever else is using.
Right. So how do you know? You don't even know what you're getting when you get some, because it could have anything in it. Correct.
Well, I never liked marijuana anyway, even though that's what started me off. Was marijuana, but I found myself every time I smoke some weed, I fall asleep. I'm too nosy to be asleep. You know what I'm saying? I want to see something. And I was telling the girl that to work in the marijuana plant when we did an interview with them. She worked in a dispensary, and she was like, "Oh, well, you need this kind of marijuana. It'll give you some energy." I don't need that. I need to just exercise.
I don't think we should be doing it, period, because a lot of times, I think me and him was talking about it earlier, that it stops employment for a lot of young black cats, and it's really messing up their financial situation to provide for their families.
Now, Darnell, we're going to get back to that point in just a moment, but Leroy, let me just ask you this. Marijuana is considered a gateway drug. Can you explain what that means?
Well, they usually express that statement with, that's usually what you first get started with on a hard drug. Mm-hmm. They consider alcohol as soft, even though we consider it a drug. They take the marijuana, and usually that leads to something else. So what it does is open the gates for you to walk in to something way more far potent than the marijuana. But like Sean was expressing today, with the most addictive stuff that they got on that marijuana, me and the young man, we were talking in the waiting room that this drug is designed to keep people down. That's why they legalized it. They need money. The money will eventually, you cannot get a job. Ain't nobody want you on their job.
Ain't no money. They just shut down the regular dope house and opened up their dope house.
Their own dope house.
Yeah, so that's
exactly
the
government said if we can't beat them, let's join them.
Yeah, the statement is that the fact that they put the dope man out of business and took his business.
That is correct. That is correct.
So now, listen, Darnell, because we just got finished talking about the dope man, and you used to be the dope man.
Right.
So can you tell us about your story?
I think then it was a lack of opportunities for me. I was already, incarcerated. So then when I got out, and all of my friends, they had all the nice cars and everything. So I'm thinking the fastest way for me to get it and get on their level is what I seen my entire
So when
life.
you were selling marijuana, was they doing strange things to you?
Not necessarily.
Well, they is today. I'm just asking.
Well,
it ain't like it was.
Not necessarily. I would just
today. They some girls would do something for a bag.
like you saying. I was sleepy and I was getting a lot of sleepy and tired. But people wasn't trying to do anything to me. I was just giving it to them. I just wanted making money.
You
from
wasn't
my
tricking
standpoint.
with it.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, they tricking for it today.
Oh, I could believe it. I definitely believe it.
All right. So now, but Darnell, you also talked about how it is something put in place to kind of keep us hindered.
Yes.
Now, can you talk to, again, you had an experience, you sold, you went to jail.
Right.
How has that affected your life?
Oh man, badly. Earlier, a few years ago, I felt like there was no opportunities for me because I had put myself in that type of situation. I couldn't get a job nowhere. A lot of people won't even give you homes and apartments if you have a felony. And I feel like it hinders you, and especially it's catered to the black community.
Right.
That's right.
So now talk to us about where you are right now, because you're not still selling drugs.
No.
So tell us about what your story is. Tell us about where you were and where you are now.
Okay, like I said, I was selling drugs, but right now I'm at a place where I'm at peace. I'm just basically striving for better. I do music. I try to go in these schools and encourage these young black kids, whether you're young, black, white, purple, I don't care what you is, you're going to hear what I got to hear, and hopefully it make an impact on your life. And that's what I'm all about, man, just encouraging it and uplifting.
All right. So you feel that it's necessary to give back from the community that, in essence, you were taking from?
Oh, yes, definitely, because a lot of people is not even doing that now. A lot of people not going back into our communities, pouring into our communities. They watching it fail, and a lot of people talk about it, but, actions speak louder than words.
That's right.
All right. Well, listen, don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with final thoughts. Again, we're talking about marijuana, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll be right back with more Ask the Messengers.
Do you need a banner, brochure, or business cards? What about posters or funeral programs? No matter what your design and printing needs are, R&L Color Graphics can help. R&L Color Graphics has been serving the metropolitan area for more than 25 years and has also been honored to be the official printing partner for the Aretha Franklin Family Foundation. So if you're looking for an official Aretha Franklin funeral program, tribute item, or custom design job, give us a call at 313-345-3838 or visit us on the web at rnlcolor.com.
Changing an addict's life and providing support to the addict's family is the goal of the Live Right Structured Recovery Corp. Dialectical behavior therapy on Wednesdays, spiritual recovery and yoga classes on Thursdays, physical and nutritional education class on Fridays. Live Right also accepts donations of cars, trucks, boats, and campers in any condition. Again, for more information and a complete list of their events, go to their website at liverightstructuredcorp.com or call 586-217-5899. Life short, live right.
After receiving a delinquent property tax bill for the 2 lots connected to my home, I was concerned. I didn't even know that I had a past due bill. I went down to the Wayne County Treasurer's office, and the staff worked with me to keep my property out of foreclosure.
My property taxes became delinquent after I fell behind on my bills. Treasurer Sabri and his staff came to the town hall in my city and provided information about resources available to help me. At the meeting, I found out about payment plan options.
Let us help you. Our goal is 0 owner-occupied properties getting foreclosed and going to the auction. Come down to our office at 400 Monroe in downtown Detroit on the 5th floor. Call 313-224-5990 during our normal business hours from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and until 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. Or email textinfo@waynecounty.com for assistance. Take the first step. Contact our office today.
It worked for us.
Welcome back to Ask the Messengers. We are back again talking about marijuana, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And joining now my co-host Leroy Carey and the street reporter Lashon Battle is Ask the Messengers staff person Ashley Greaser. And Ashley, you're going to tell us about synthetic weed. Come on, tell us about what you got.
So in my research for the marijuana, I came across the synthetic weed, and I found that to be far more disturbing than marijuana itself. You have teenagers out here buying this K2 spice from the gas station.
All right, so it's readily accessible. They don't need a card. They don't need anybody to buy it. It's not an age limit to buy it. They can just go right in and get it.
No, they can go right into the gas station and buy it for $5-10, and it's packaged all pretty with a bunch of colors and it makes it look good, and so it's very appealing.
Fake.
Right, it's fake.
So now, and you also said that this is a Leroy, especially, you said that this is a inner city. This is an urban problem, and they're making it accessible for those who are in the city, but those who are in the suburbs, they don't really have the same access as we have.
No, they really don't, Pastor Lewis. You know, that synthetic weed, it is very readily bought by anybody, children. They don't, the people in that store, they don't care who they sell it to. Mm-hmm. The stuff give you brain damage. Right. It's also very addictive to the point where we have psychological problems, right, and all of those things comes from synthetic marijuana and stuff like that. The K2 is more harmful than the weed that they actually sell.
Yeah, they need to bring that commercial back. This is your brain. With that egg frying like this is your brain on synthetic weed. Because that's what it's actually doing.
Yeah, eventually it's going to fry your brain.
Now Ashley did some research, and Ashley, you're going to share with us about the effects that it has on the young mind if they smoke this synthetic stuff.
Well, yeah, if kids are smoking synthetic stuff, they're having school difficulties, they're having problems concentrating, getting along with other kids, they're hallucinating. I don't know if y'all remember a few years ago the grandmother that killed her grandson because she was so scared that he was going to kill her, and so she killed him first. And so that's just how serious this K2 stuff is. If it has a grandmother kill her grandson because she's scared, then it's very serious.
Actually, my grandmother said that to me a few times.
Absolutely. I thought they had took that off the market, though.
Now, we've been talking about synthetics, and what is synthetic weed? What is in it, Ashley?
It's actually it's a compound of different chemicals and materials just balled up into one. So it's not even actually weed. There's no marijuana in these synthetic products.
It's like incense. That's what it is. It's incense.
It sounds like some crackheads do when they barbecues and they be tweaking on the ground, on the carpet, picking up all kind of stuff, putting it together.
It's just you remember that stuff that you used to put it in the bowl and put it on the toilet to make your bathroom smell good, potpourri? Right. That's what they're smoking.
Wow.
Yes, it's a form of incense.
Yeah.
You can take it and burn it and make the house smell good and all of that. And they taking that and smoking it, and it is causing severe brain damage.
Right. Now, again, Leroy, you just said that, and Ashley, we were talking about this earlier, that the brain hasn't fully developed yet. Can you kind of allude to that?
So in the research, I realized that the human brain actually doesn't fully develop till actually the age 25. So for the younger folks to be using this, it's already killing them before they even get a chance to live a life.
Right. So as we have come to this place and we've been talking about marijuana, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we're certainly seeing the ugly, there is a need for us to make sure that we here at Ask the Messengers let you know that there is a information that you need to have, because this stuff is out in the streets, it's killing our young people, and it is getting them addicted, as well as if they're pregnant or if they become pregnant, they have problems later. So why are we allowing these things to be permeating in our community? It is time for us to stand up and to say no more. I believe that we have to do something to change this narrative.
Yeah.
So,
just because it look good don't mean it's good for you.
Okay. Listen, so let me ask Leroy, what is your final words about this stuff?
Well, you know, I'm an advocate at if you don't need a mind or mood altering chemical to make yourself happy. I'm living my best life, and I have not used drugs in 30 years. So therefore, kids need to honestly give themselves a chance. If you keep on smoking everything that comes down the pipe, I just want to put out there this question. I had a guy come to me and say, I'm not addicted off marijuana. And I asked him one question: do you spend your last $10 on buying some weed? And he said, yeah. I said, you need to take a look at yourself. So if you spending your last money on buying substance, marijuana, then you need to take a look at yourself.
All right, LaShawn, how about you?
Hey, don't mess with it. That's my whole thing. It's synthetic, it ain't real. Just don't do nothing fake. You ain't fake, so stop it. Don't even do it.
All right. And Ashley?
My message to kids is be a leader. Stop being a follower, because half of them wouldn't even use it if the next person wasn't using it in the first place. Read these packages. If you read it, you'll see it's not good for you. You're messing your life up before you even lived it.
Yeah. I remember there's a friend of mine who lived right down the street. I wanted to smoke weed like him, and lo and behold, this is 30 years later, he's still standing on the same corner doing the same thing. I'm so glad I didn't start. So my message to anyone is don't even start, because you'll end up staying in the same place you started. All right. Thank you for tuning in to Ask the Messengers. We appreciate you so very much for tuning in to us. And again, we just want you to know we want to save lives and help us in this effort. Won't you sow a seed into our effort to help us do what we're doing right now? Bring programming that will give information and help people to get to the place of recovery. The information is there on your screen. If you've got a question you'd like to ask us, please email us so that we can answer the question right here on our TV show in our inbox. Thank you again for tuning in to Ask the Messengers. We'll see you next time.